Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the app today.
This episode is sponsored by Audible. Audible lets you enjoy all your audio entertainment in one app. You'll always find the best of what you love or something new to discover. That's because Audible is the home of storytelling. You'll discover thousands of podcasts, from popular favorites to exclusive new series, guided wellness programs, theatrical performances, comedy, and exclusive Audible originals from top celebrities, renowned experts, and exciting new voices in audio. The Audible app makes it easy to listen anytime, anywhere. While traveling, working out, walking, doing chores. You decide. Plus, new members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/WonderyPod or text WonderyPod to 500-500. That's audible.com/WonderyPod or text WonderyPod to 500-500.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, Keke Palmer. I'm an actress, singer, and entrepreneur. On my new podcast, Baby, This is Keke Palmer, I'm asking friends, family, and experts the questions that are in my head. Like, is OnlyFans only bad? Where do memes come from? And where's time for MySpace? Listen to Baby, This is Keke Palmer, only on Amazon Music.
Watch what crappens, watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens? Crappens, crappens, crappens. Watch what crappens, watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens? Watch what crappens, watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens? Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the hilarious and handsome and wonderful Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Well, you little sweetheart. Hi,
Oh.
Bananas. So
Hi.
guess what, everybody? We are now on TikTok, the social media giant. Mostly just right now it's just like little clips and stuff from the show and some of the old stuff we did. But hey, come on there. Okay, we're going to start posting stuff on there. I've already been practicing my little stand and play stances.
Yeah. Everyone go watch it. I'm at Watch What Crappens, or just type in Watch What Crappens.
Yeah.
For all the hot TikTok you don't stop action that we're going to have. Color me
I'm on
bad.
there as Ronnie Karam. What are you on there? Are you on there?
I'm on there, but so far I have just been, you can follow me. I'm Ben Mandelker on there. I have not actually made anything. I haven't dipped my toe into the TikTok world in terms of creation just yet. I've been oddly apprehensive. Like there was a time in my life where I would just be like, I'm going crazy. But I've just, every time I go into TikTok, I just get distracted away from being a creator myself. So.
Well,
But
there
it's
you
okay.
go. Okay.
But now I feel inspired.
So
now that,
follow at Ronnie Karam and watch what Crappens. How about
no,
that?
you can follow me too. I'll do something. But I am more inspired to make stuff for Watch What Crappens than I am to make my own little videos at the moment.
Me too.
But,
I don't really make much for myself.
Either way, or you can come follow us in person, because next week, mere days from now, we're going to Austin, Texas to recap the Real Housewives of Miami, which is also what we're recapping today. Miami is having an amazing season and it's just out of control. So let's kick off the Cheetah Brand Tour the best way possible by everyone coming to Austin and just like, let's all laugh at this amazing show. And then the very next night, let's do it all over again for part 2 of the Salt Lake City reunion, which we are going to be doing in Dallas, Texas. Texas cities always treat us right. So let's just like kick off the tour big time. And then after that, here are the cities in case you missed them. Phoenix, LA for the Golden Crappies. Really excited. We just booked a new guest today. Very excited about that. Charlotte, Atlanta, Denver, Salt Lake City, Seattle, San Francisco, Toronto, Philadelphia, New York City, DC, San Diego, St. Paul, Chicago, Columbus, Boston, and finally in late June, Foxwoods in Connecticut. So it's going to be so fun. Go to watchcrappens.com to get your tickets.
Foxwoods Casino. Get ready for us. We're coming for you.
Yeah. So Real Housewives of Miami. Another hilarious. This episode was hilarious.
Yeah, this was another just fantastic episode. Also, I want to shout the girls. Let's start it with some good old-fashioned misogyny, sexism, shall we? The ladies of the Bravo docket. You know, I love that podcast. I talk about it on here a lot, and I will be mentioning it a lot today because they just had an episode talking about this divorce, the Hochstein divorce and the prenup, which is, so I'm going to be referencing that a little bit today. But at the end of their podcast, they were like, oh, and as usual, go get your tickets for Watch What Crappens. We'll both be there. And like, you guys are like pushing tickets for us. And
that's nice.
You are so sweet. And it's also really cool to listen to a podcast that I love and genuinely listen to all the time. Shout us out. So thank you guys. You do not have to do that. I'm just shouting you out all the time because you literally give such good information. So if you guys want to hear about this prenup, I'll bring up some of it today. But it's like Lisa signed the dumbest ass prenup I've ever even heard of anybody signing in my life. And there have been some
Lisa
dumb
Hochstein
prenup.
did? No.
I mean,
get out of here, Ron.
Oh my God. But it's so bad, Ben. And we'll get to it when that part comes up, but go listen to it. It's worth a listen. Goodness.
Let me guess. She gets none of his money, but she does get a box of Lara bars.
Pretty close, except Lenny is not going to spring for the Lara bars. But the first part you got right.
It's an empty box of Lara bars that she can put her loose change into.
Yeah, basically Lenny's like, okay, if we divorce, you have to be out of the house in 10 days, and, you get a pack of gum, and you have to leave all your shoes. I'm like, okay, sounds great. Let's get married.
Wow. Well, I can't believe Lisa Hochstein in her rush to get married to a prominent plastic surgeon would have just signed away all her rights. I just wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's just another example of, rich people taking advantage of immigrants.
Yeah. God. Those Canadian immigrants just being used and abused every time you turn around, So we are at the engagement party from last week, and there's a fight because
Nicole there's a fight because Nicole's talking about why she just invited Larsa Pippen, because Larsa Pippen said that Nicole slept with every doctor in the hospital. She didn't like it, and she's crying because her professional reputation could be damaged. Not that this show would ever do that for her, but Larsa's rumor would be the thing that would ruin her reputation.
Right. And so she's all pissed off, and she's like, the day that one of you girls worked for something for 20 years and a girl who has never worked a day in her life tries to shit on it, that's the day that you're going to get pissed. And she walks off, and she puts her hand on Johnny's shoulder because he's like comforting her. He's like holding her arm, and she puts her hand on his shoulder as she walks away, like, and I can take her gay too, so don't forget about it.
Yeah, because Alexia's defense was like, well, anyone can say whatever they want. So,
so then she goes.
By the way, just so you know, for future reference, anyone can say anything that they want unless there is a lawyer on retainer for a few hours, in which case you can only say smart questions.
Yes. So now Nicole goes over to do some of those Whipple balloons, and she, helps set up this entire party. So she already knows what they are, but Anthony mansplains it. He's like, you know what these are? They're like balloons, and then you inhale them, and they have alcohol in them, so you don't drink the alcohol, but you still get the effect. And she's like, oh my God, thank you. That's totally new information. Thank you.
I also liked when Nicole was talking about how, she was thinking that her friends would have her back and know how hard it is to be a Latina woman and to be a professional and et cetera. And she's like, for them not to care and for them to be so nilly-willy at repeating rumors that aren't true, that's hurtful. That's peak nilly-williness. I do not like it. So nilly-willy.
So then Lisa drives up, and it's an engagement party in Miami. So you wear nothing. I want to be in a position where I can just come to one of these parties one day and not feel completely crazy. I just can't imagine leaving the house like anyone in Miami leaves the house. Okay, I put on underwear on one side of my cheek, Okay, my vagina is on my forehead, and I've got my penis on my ankle. Okay, let's go. I'm ready for the party. Let's do this.
Don't forget that Lisa is the one who showed up for Alexia's mom's memorial dressed like a sexy leprechaun. She's like, do people wear black to these things?
She not only didn't wear black, she wore like neon green.
You're right. Actually, it was more like tennis ball, not leprechaun. So Lisa walks in because she's like, I'm so happy for Nicole and Anthony, but at the same time, it makes me a little sad because I'm not there anymore, and it's difficult to be there. And am I happy when I'm happy, when I'm going through what I'm going through? So she walks in, and Marisol goes, "Monkey."
It's my little monkey poo. So she goes to sit with Alexia, and Alexia's like, caviar guy, come here. That's caviar, right? Okay, give me the caviar. So they start eating some caviar, and she's like, so have you seen Lenny? She's like, yeah, he told his mom and his dad today that he never wants to see them or speak to them ever again. And she's like, oh my God, this caviar is so good. Did he really say that to his own parents?
Yeah, they were all in the pool, and it was Lenny and the kids, and there was a play date I had set up, and then Marina was arguing, and he said, get the fuck out of here. I never want to see your face again in front of the kids and the play date. Later on, I found out the play date was actually his new girlfriend, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, she tells us, what mother could handle that, Now, that's not to say that Marina raised Lenny in any horrible way or anything. I mean, he turned out professionally amazing. Like, look at him. He's amazing, Like a man who just, takes a Sharpie and marks on a woman all of her most insecure sections of her body and promises to fix them for thousands of dollars. I mean, professionally, wow, good mothering there. But on a personal level, it's just fucked up. This is not normal behavior.
No. What she's basically saying is, Marina actually did fuck up. So Lenny sent divorce papers. So now it's really official. And the producer asks if he's talked to her since the papers. She goes, no. Lenny is not trying to work with me. He's not trying to talk to me. I don't even know who I'm talking to. When I look into those eyes, the person I knew is dead. Well, it's more like they're dead, but they have hair plugs. Does that make sense?
It's like they're dead, but they can still sweat the smell of cucumbers mixed with chopped onions. It's weird. And Gertie, who's always trying to bring it out, she's like, yes, I know that all of this is happening to you. I'm so sorry, but tonight is about love. Don't think about it. Because tonight isn't just about Nicole and love for ourselves or sucking things in from balloons. It's about love for each other. It's about love for caviar. Alexia loves the caviar. It's about love for iCal. I love iCal. Oh my God, I'm so busy right now. I can't even talk right now. I'm sorry.
It's love for standing on the 360 and watching that camera go around you. So now Adriana and Thierry are going to have their scene. So he sits down and he puts a hand around Adriana's shoulder. He's like, it's all awkward. He's all hyped up. He's ready to go. And he goes, I propose a toast to people minding their bloody business and not starting ugly rumors about me that I'm a married person. I was like, oh, bro, it's not going to go well for you.
No, but you missed some classic Marisol. So Marisol is over with Nicole's dad at the bar, of course. Where else? Oh, no, they're doing the 360, taking pictures together. And the dad's like, I want to go to bed with her. And she goes, don't get it twisted, bro. And then when she comes over to Adriana, she goes, Marisol, I love your dress. Very fun. What are you drinking? And she's like, it's called the jackpot. Wow. Marisol is in her moment right now.
She's really feeling herself.
Yeah, so Terry starts a stupid fight. So he's like, the people minding their own business and not starting bloody rumors. And Alexia's like, oh, not in this group, my love. Wrong group then. For you, this is the wrong group. And he's like, that I'm a married person? Public record. I can prove it.
Yeah. He's like, and Marisol's like, well, I don't know you, so I don't know what you told her. You know how men are. And so Alexia's like, oh, well, you know what? Non-Peter? Guess what? I can prove to you that you're married. Okay, I'm proving it to you right now. He's like, oh, no, I can prove it. Here, I got something. Can you read? She's like, oh, And so then he tries to pivot and go, do you need glasses? That's what I'm trying to say. Do you need glasses?
Gertie's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't even have time to say that many woes, and I still said them because I was crazy. And then Alexia's like, excuse me? And so he pulls out the papers, and she goes, first of all, you're talking to a woman, so you should use some respect. And then Adriana hands the papers over, and she goes, no, 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 no. I don't even care. I'm like, wipe this with my butt. Okay.
Yeah, Adriana's like, I cannot believe this. Alexia has been making this such a big deal. Like, denial is a perfect tool, and Alexia is quite versed in this. And Alexia goes,
Adriana, what does that mean? Denial is a powerful tool, and Alexia's quite versed in that. Okay,
yeah, well,
what?
Well, I think meaning that Alexia was married to like a drug dealer and then a closeted gay man who apparently everyone in town knew was gay. So Alexia's like, why are you so aggressive? Why are you so aggressive? And Adriana's like, he's a doctor and he felt like his reputation was on the line. So
then how come it came out in Miami-Dade Records that he's still married? Here you go. And she gets his phone and she shoves it in his face. And he's like, oh, really? I thought you didn't know me. She goes, not divorced. It says right here, right in the middle of this page, where everything important is. And he's just giving this like weird, evil smile. I mean, he really looks like he's lying to me.
He does, even though he's vindicated, he definitely looks like he's lying. And Marisol's like, well, maybe they haven't updated the website yet.
Okay,
what is it,
Marisol.
Prodigy, Earthlink.net? I don't know. Those are the servers I use for my emails.
Oh, okay, Marisol. Okay, don't get me upset, Marisol, okay? And she's like, oh, can I have a new best friend? Can I just pick a new best friend, please? I want to squirm out of this situation.
Marisol dipping into her reserve of like hotel lobby piano act comedy that she's doing. Can I have a new best friend? Am I telling you guys? All right.
Hey, while we're talking about a new best friend, I'll just bring out a new prop. This big black feathered fan while I sit in a white feathered skin tight outfit. It's like every scene, it's a new fucking prop. Like, does she have a dresser there? Like, where's she getting all this shit?
Maybe. She just has a trunk at her feet. So Adriana's like, I don't want you to say that I'm going out with a married guy. And Alexia's like, oh, well, you know what? You're going out with an asshole. That's what you're going out with, an asshole.
It's because he felt attacked. You don't know. You know what divorce paper looks like. So look at the divorce paper. And Alexia runs off. She's like, no, I will not do this. So Adriana gets in Marisol's face and she goes, why? Why is she doing that? Why is she doing that? Why? And Marisol's like, I don't know. I wasn't expecting this today. She has her own mind. I mean, I don't. She does.
So Alexia goes up to Johnny and she's like, oh, well, Adriana is like fighting with me. Like, and the guy, I'm like about to punch him. Like, cause I showed him like that he was divorced on a screenshot of the screen that was also the same size as the screenshot. So therefore there's no more information above, below, or to the left or to the right of what I showed him.
And then meanwhile, he just cuts to Thierry, who's like massaging his sinuses and laughing evilly, because he just like did like a huge rail before this scene. And Adriana's like, I would never go out with a married guy. And Marisol goes, oh, okay, cool.
She's like, I already checked out at the scene a long time ago. Hey, I'm gonna go see if I can find that dress I have that looks like a chicken and see if I wear it.
Marisol, who started this entire storyline, is just completely bored. Yeah, that's really cool. Have you ever seen a rubber chicken come out of a martini shaker? It's hilarious.
So now it's like a new day, and we're seeing what everyone's doing around town. Lisa's working out in her home gym. Gertie's making tacos, and her kid's like building something with Legos on a table nearby. She's like, oh, hey, just so you know, family game night's going to happen on Sunday. It has to happen on Sunday because I have to travel. It's going to be a family game night on Sunday. He's like, I really don't care. I had not mentally, accepted the fact that it was now going to be a weekly thing. I was hoping to just peter out, but I'll just go back to my Legos.
So then Alexia starts calling people. She starts with Marisol, and Marisol's like, hey, bro, I can't hear you. Something's not connecting with my Bluetooth. All right, hello? Oh, well, I'm just making some calls before I get in the elevator to go on with my day because I live in such a big place. I have to go on the elevator. Hello? I can't hear a thing you're saying. Well, a helicopter's going to come pick me up here on the top of this penthouse, but I just wanted to make a call before so I can get... Hello? I can't hear a thing.
So, well, I was like thinking of doing like a little girls' lunch on Thursday, and like I'm gonna have like a guest speaker, and like it's like my lawyer, it's my lawyer friend, and she's gonna come, and then it cuts to the fact we see that she's actually having this conversation with many of the women as she invites them, and now she's talking to Nicole, inviting her, and Nicole's like, by the way, are we good? So I guess they just decided that they're gonna be fine now. And Alexia's like, oh yeah. And like, I want to say I'm like good with you. Oh, well, like I don't want to be like in the middle because like I'm always in the middle. It's like with me and Peter and like the different like prostitutes that he dates all the time, like I'm always in the middle.
You were not just in the middle. You were in the fight, ma'am. But she's like, no. I'm good with you. So Nicole's like, I mean, I'm not going to change the way she thinks. So what can I do? I'm just going to go. Send back to Marisol. And Marisol goes, oh my God, you're going to see everybody? It sounds like a real shit show to me. What are you doing over there? I'm playing the trumpet. Isn't it hilarious?
Oh, whoops. A flag just came out of it. Hey. So Alexia's like, okay, well, you know what? I need you there. Like, and it's like very important for me that you're there because this lawyer is like very good. And he's going to talk about family law. And there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to talk. Hello? Are you there? Oh, I knew she wasn't there. I've just been sitting here talking to myself all this time. It's been like 3 hours.
So now Larsa's with her friend, what's her face?
Zana.
And
Zana.
Okay. And I'll trust you. And then she's doing something in the kitchen. And she goes, hey, nameless. I have to take some like photos for only like fans like. I have to like really like have moisturized legs and like feet like. Let me get a better angle. Click, click. Click, click. Okay, I'm done. And her friend's like, so how much are you going to make off of that? She goes, like 40 grand, like. 40 grand? Jesus Christ. I've got like eighth wonder of the world kind of feet. Why aren't people paying to come on my feet? I've got 2 toes stuck together on each foot, and each of my feet are shaped like rectangles. Nobody's hard right now.
Just some of the content you might see on Ronnie's TikTok.
Of course, I would be an idiot and do it on a free channel.
You should only. What was the thing for the feet that they did on Vanderpump Rules? You know what? I already.
That was so sad. That was so sad. It's like remembering a death.
They put like spaghetti on their toes.
That was bad.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
It's hard to stick with working out.
Oh my God, don't we know about that? I mean, we try and then we fall off and then we try it again. But you know what? With Peloton, here's something I'm not sure you realize. Peloton is more than just a bike. You probably know that Peloton makes bikes, but did you know they also make treadmills, Ronnie?
Yeah, and treadmills are not all the same because the Peloton tread can adjust your speed at incline automatically while you're taking a class so you never break your stride.
Yeah, they've got great instructors. The Peloton Tread instructors have a variety of different training backgrounds and styles of motivation that work for runners and walkers of all levels.
And you can work out when it works for you because Peloton offers thousands of on-demand classes and they're available 24/7. That means you can work out whenever and wherever is convenient for you.
Yeah, and there's like so much power in mixing it up because nothing gets you moving like the perfect song. I mean, don't I know that? Peloton offers the best playlist with a variety of genres, whether you're looking for EDM, 90s pop, or something soulful. Peloton has music to fit your mood.
And you don't have to be a super athlete to enjoy Peloton because there are classes for every level.
So try Peloton Tread risk-free with a 30-day home trial. New members only, not available in remote locations. See additional terms at onepeloton.com/home-trial.
Life is short, and it's full of a lot of interesting questions. What does happiness really mean? How do I get the most out of my time here on Earth? And what really is the best cereal? These are the questions I seek to resolve on my weekly podcast, Life is Short with Justin Long. If you're looking for the answer to deep philosophical questions like what is the meaning of life, I can't really help you. But I do believe that we really enrich our experience here by learning from others. And that's why in each episode, I like to talk with actors, musicians, artists, scientists, and many more types of people about how they get the most out of life. We explore how they felt during the highs and sometimes more importantly, the lows of their careers. We discuss how they've been able to stay happy during some of the harder times. But if I'm being honest, it's mostly just fun chats between friends about the important stuff. Like, if you had a sandwich named after you, what would be on it? Follow Life is Short wherever you get your podcasts. You can also listen ad-free on the Amazon Music or Wondery app.
So Larsa is like, yeah, I have to take photos. Okay, yeah. So my photos, those are my photos. Yeah, last year, the girls gave me a hard time for my OnlyFans account, and I didn't let it affect me because I was at the top 0.0001% of influencers in the verifiably tragic category. So I like being at the top. It's kind of like my happy place.
So then Larsa is trying to open a bottle of wine with a knife because, she's Larsa. And she's like, well, Nicole had her engagement party and then she uninvited me to it. She had to research me. Remember this girl? She said she really has to know people before she can let them into her house. She has to Google me. Oh my God, let it go. It's just it's not even the season. Get over it. And she tells us, I'm just such a people pleaser. We fucking know, dude. You have an OnlyFans, okay? You're a top earner on OnlyFans. You're literally the definition of people pleaser.
She is so ridiculous. She's she's the opposite of people pleaser in terms of all her behavior. Because she goes, I took so much shit for leaving Scotty and dealing with so many things publicly. And I was a people pleaser because I left Scottie Pippen, which makes me a people pleaser. And, if there's one thing, remember how I said that I left Scottie Pippen because I finally wanted to do something for myself? Because I'm a people pleaser. It's wait,
yeah,
nothing is
it's
up.
then when I leave Scottie Pippen and then move to LA to be scrounging off famous people to build a scrounger of famous people career and then I start fucking all of their friends. I'm just a people pleaser. You know what I mean?
When my ex-husband, when his best friend used to say things like, "Oh, I hope that my son someday finds the love of his life." I'm just such a people pleaser, so that's why I started dating Michael Jordan's son.
Oh my God, this Michael Jordan's son thing. This fucking girl. Okay, now you said it. Now we got to go on the Instagram and go on the Larsa Pippen. Okay, so I read this headline yesterday. Larsa Pippen finally makes it Instagram official with Michael Jordan's son. First of all, I'm sorry, Michael Jordan's son. I know you have a name, and I know nobody in your life has ever used it. Does your father even use it? Does he call you Michael Jordan's son? Because that's the only thing I've ever seen you called.
Maybe Jordanson.
So I'm sorry for that, first of all, because that's terrible. So then I have to go on the Insta
you're such a
to
people
see.
Pleaser right now.
I'm such a people pleaser right now. So I go on the Instagram to see what's happening, Instagram official and they are in trophy room, and they're standing in front of a big flower display that's behind glass that says Jordan number 23. It's the Michael Jordan jersey. That is so offensive and transparent that you're just using this fucking guy. You have to go stand in front of his dad's jersey in a store to announce that you're fucking his son. Come on, Larsa.
That's
some tacky shit right there. I'm sorry.
It's wild. And of course, Lisa and Kiki love it. Lisa left two flames and a heart as her comment, and Kiki left 2 hearts.
Oh, it's just nasty. It's just so rude. Gross. Yeah, now I'm looking at all the likes too. I don't like that they put all the blue checks first. I think that's so rude. It's everyone else sucks, but here's what the famous people think.
Yeah, Alexia says heart. What do you know basketball?
So anyway, I'm a people pleaser. So then her friend, who doesn't understand this at all, because she thought they were talking about Nicole, she doesn't get it. So she goes, well, first of all, Nicole's heard about you. She didn't have to Google you. And so Larsa's yeah, but I was just I've heard things about you too. Like, if you've heard things about me, like you hooked up with doctors or whatever at a hospital, like that's what I heard Marisol said it. So like, but that's not the moral of the story. Like, the moral is like you want to believe what everything you hear, but like you don't want me to tell you things I've heard. And her friend's still confused, and she goes, "Yeah, but like the way to get to know somebody isn't by Googling them." She's still hung up on the fact that Larsa was so mad that somebody didn't know her because she had to Google her.
Well, I just still love that Larsa does not understand any of Nicole's point. You know, when she's saying like, "Oh, you want to believe everything you hear, but about me, but you don't want me to believe anything I've heard about you." But it's like, no, she didn't say actually any of that about rumors. She's just saying, "Oh, I don't know. I have barely met this person. I don't really know this person. Not, I haven't heard of this person." She's saying, "I don't know this person as a friend, so I'm like not necessarily going to open the doors to my house yet. I kind of want to like see who they are first." That's all she's saying. Not like, "Oh, I've never heard of Larsa Pippen. She's not a famous person. She's not someone that like the world knows about," which is also true by and large. So it's just funny that Larsa's just so offended because her fame, she's interpreted that her fame is in question.
Yes. She's like, well, like, I will go below the belt, so maybe, like, don't talk shit about me, and I, like, won't say shit about you, because, like, I was, like, I heard things about you two, like, doctors, like, that's it. And so the friend goes, well, cheers to hangry bitches. And she goes, yeah, they're hangry.
So now we go to Nicole's house, and her friend, Dr. Lisa Paz, comes over, and that's Nicole's friend, who's also a therapist. And they're just like talking about the party.
And their proof that she's a really good therapist is that we've seen her before in a season giving therapy to Romaine and Joanna Krupa. So,
yeah,
guys,
I was
can we just pretend that didn't happen?
Yeah, they did. That relationship did not last. But I was like, I'm just so impressed with this show. Like the show has it's been really good about doing callbacks to the first round, you know. So they unearthed Dr. Lisa Paz, and they're talking about Nicole's dad and everything, and Nicole, basically it's just another person telling Nicole it's time to get over it with your dad.
Yeah, because Nicole's like mortified. The dad shows up at the party. He's wasted. And she's like, yeah, but what would you do if that was someone else's dad who was wasted? She's like, party with him. And then the therapist is like, yeah, exactly. So you need to get over it. No. And I'm the same way. Listen, I don't want my parents showing up and acting like asses and getting wasted all over. But if your parents did, I would think it's hilarious. Why shouldn't I be different when it's my own family? I disagree with this therapist.
So, well, Nicole's basically, she's like, I want to let him in, and like I want to accept him for who he is, which is like sort of a smaller version of somehow like a mix between James Garner and Ian Holm. You know, I want to be able to embrace that, but I don't know how to let go of 30 years of frustration. And Lisa's like, so when do you say I'm running a script that may not be as present as how he's doing today? Does he get judged on Saturday? Because he did a good job on Saturday. He only made about 5 people uncomfortable as opposed to about 25.
Fuck that advice. This guy keeps writing the script. This is not one of those things where her annoyance just keeps spinning out of control because it's a pattern. The guy keeps doing shit. The guy just showed up her house at Thanksgiving last year to cook a turkey and then go bang some young chick. Like, let's not pretend that this is all in her head. I hate that part of therapy when they're like, this is something you need to let go. No, my dad needs to stop using me for turkey cooking. How about that?
She just needs to buy her dad a turkey roaster. That's what she needs to do.
And I love that this is now about the girlfriend, right? Because the dad has a girlfriend. And Nicole explains to us, she's like, my dad loves to date women. Young women. And he doesn't pick the good ones. He likes the crazy ones that'll burn the house down. So now the therapist is like, yeah, you know what? You do need to forget about it. And you need to make an effort with your dad. And you need to think about seeing the girlfriend too. I was like, whoa, get out of my house, you Joanna Romaine killer. Go.
Joanna Romaine killer. And I did love that when they showed that flashback of her treating Joanna and Romaine, when she gives them some advice and it cuts to the two of them staring at her like, huh? It's like, this is what happens when two beautiful people go into therapy. They're very confused. So now we go to other Lisa, not Dr. Lisa Paz, but Lisa Hochstein in Glam. And she's hugging her daughter. And you're like, oh, this is a nice moment of Lisa being a mom. And then she's like, hey, you wanted some green juice? Huh? She loves to eat and drink just like her mommy. I was like, I'm not sure if I've seen too much evidence of that. But
Also, I feel like every time they show Lisa with the kids, it's like they just let the kids out of a room, you know? Because she's getting her makeup done by the crew. You know, she's got like her whole crew there, her glam team. And then the kid just runs. It's like they're like, okay, you can go in. You've got 2 minutes. She's like, Mommy! It's like, oh, hi, come here. Want to taste Mommy's green juice? Okay, take her. Take her now.
I know. Let's talk about Judaism. And while we do that, please enjoy the thing that children love the most, green juice.
Let's talk about the new religion I want to introduce you children to. Go to Bettyism. Okay.
So then we see Julia and Adriana FaceTiming, and Adriana is she's excited because she's going to bring Terry's divorce papers to this luncheon so she can find out once and for all if the divorce papers are truly real. She's going to ask the lawyer this.
She's going to shove those papers in her face. I'm going to shove those papers in the lawyer's face. I was like, wow. I don't know that that's how we need to enter a lunch. Also, Julia, is there a cat eating food out of your bathtub? What the fuck is going on at this house?
I don't know.
Are you going to skip over the cat eating food out of a bathtub? What's happening?
Julia's house is starting to look like 12 Monkeys a little bit. Remember in 12 Monkeys, all the animals get loose over Philadelphia to take over? That's what her house looks like.
So Gertie is talking to Nicole about how they're gonna whatever. They're like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to go because I'm so busy. I'm gonna be in the Cayman Islands, and you know what? I told my son it has to be Sunday because you know what? I'm in the Cayman Islands, so now we're gonna do it Sunday. Oh my God, I hope he's okay. Oh my God, I hope I have time to do it Sunday. What's charades? Is charades the game that you put an iPad on your head? Because I tried to play that the other day with somebody in the office and they called me stupid. So gotta go. Bye.
I'm on a diplomatic mission to bring charades to the Cayman Islands. So Alexia is setting a table and Marisol comes in. She goes, hey, bro, I'm really hungry, which means I need a cocktail. That's what I'm talking about. I don't need a drink. Cockies.
This wine bucket is the only vocabulary I want to talk about drinking. I'm Marisol. I'm 80 proof. Don't you forget it. Are you tap dancing? Don't tap dance in here. I'm sorry. It's an exciting prop, all right? Sparklers. Don't light anything in here either. We don't own this place. All right.
So Alexia's like, well, you know, like all of us have been married and divorced in this group. And like all of us have been like giving Lisa advice. But like we may not be giving her good advice. We may be giving her bad information. And then we see like a montage of them being like, burn the house down. Find a stick and beat him over the head.
This was so good when they were just showing all the advice that they were giving. Like, you put the key in the lock, and if he's changed the lock, then pull the key off of the grenade, and then throw the grenade in a window, and then close your ears. It's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Call 911 and say there's a bomb. See what happens.
Hire children to kill him. No one will ever suspect children. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, guys.
What about dolphins? I hear they're very smart. Can they do an assassination? I say dolphins. Both the football players and the ones in the bay.
So she's like, oh, and then, you know, just like the same situation that she's in, I had like with Adriana, like the divorce papers. So like I looked it up on miamidate.com and Nicole's like, yeah, I'm glad you looked it up because like maybe there's an explanation or something. Like maybe it's not a lie. She goes, oh, I already got the explanation and what I didn't do. We didn't go all the way to the bottom.
The guy is divorced. I nearly fell off my sofa.
She didn't scroll to the bottom of the page.
She got a screenshot from whoever, probably Johnny, and just didn't. She never bothered to look it up herself. She never scrolled down to find more updates.
That is absolutely golden. So
amazing. And by the way, the amount of times that she says miamidade.gov on this show is so hilarious too. I went to miamidade.gov and I didn't scroll.
And Marisol goes, "Oh my God, he was divorced." And Nicole's like, "Oh my God, you didn't scroll down to the bottom of the screen? Oh, I mean, you got to feel a little bit like an idiot, right?"
That's Alexia.
And then they just cut to Larsa walking in. Oh, classic. Classic.
I love how Alexia says it like it's a big twist. Not like, "Oh my God, I'm so stupid." She goes, "Guess what? He is divorced." Yeah, he is. I scrolled this time. He's divorced.
So then Alexia's like, "Oh, hi, Larsa. Oh, Larsa, I love how you posed today with your jewelry line." And Larsa just kind of waves at Nicole. And she goes, "Yeah, it was like dainty-like stuff today. Just, yeah, that's what people like and wear. So it's like the other night, Adriana's date, you know? That guy was such an asshole." It's like, how do you make everything about what you want to talk about? "Oh my God, I loved her dainty jewelry because it's like the other night when Adriana's little man was like rude to people."
I wish I could have like scrolled down on him. So then Julia walks in and she hears them talking about this and she's like, "I would rather have in the beginning when I walk in somewhere, 'Hi, would you like to have drink? He has goat to take care of, child to love. But instead I'm hearing Adriana's date was a big asshole.'"
So then Adriana walks in just looking like a robot. I mean, I don't know if she had a little Xanny before she got here, but her eyes aren't moving, but her body is. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain it. So then Alexia is like, "Okay, let's go have some lunch." So they go in and Larsa's like, "Guys, I've gained like 10 pounds. Like every time Lisa calls me with bad news, like I eat like." And I was like, "Preston, is it like harder like for her kids or for like for my kids, like divorce? Because like is it like old kids or like kids of Michael Jordan? Like, who's it harder for?" And they were like, "It's easier for the babies because they don't have like social media like."
Yeah. So Julia's like, "Well, my daughters were mocked because they have moms who are lesbians and French people will be like, 'Bonjour, lesbians.' So I walked to Martina and I give her biggest French kiss in the middle of Eiffel Tower, Paris. Fuck them."
Oh, yeah. Speaking about that, I know how you feel about women. So Saturday night at Nicole's party, we had a man in the group that was disrespecting me. I was like, whoa.
What?
This is
segue.
How do you take gay bashing?
Oh, well, I know that was like traumatizing, the way the French people would throw baguettes at your head for being lesbians. So it's like me being at Nicole's party.
She takes. She's like, "Oh my God, that hate crime? That was like when that guy yelled at me because I lied about him not being divorced."
And Alexia is so funny because she tries to sell it by nodding a lot. That's like one thing you can't see, but like when we recap like this, but like she'll just like nod and point like, "Oh yeah, like exactly. It's the exact same thing. Totally. Like it's like, oh my God, like when you're in gay bash, that totally reminds me of the time when I just got gas this afternoon and they raised prices. Like that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, she's like, "He was disrespecting me." And Julia's like, "How? Because I was sitting next to him and I think he was being very quiet and polite." And Marisol goes, "Oh, you always have a glimmer of hope that these gatherings will go smoothly, but then it's like, no, you asshole, of course it's not. Another brick on the wall." Like, Marisol, you don't need to literally carry around a brick.
She's doing lounge version of Pink Floyd. Oh no, it's just another brick in the wall. Am I right, everyone? We don't need no education. Hit it, boys.
And actually, this one, she's wearing the
chicken
bizarre white dress. That chicken,
looks like Foghorn Leghorn. I say, we don't need another brick in the wall, kids.
But she's also got like 2 claws. Did you notice that too? Did you already mention that? She's got 2 finger things that are really, they look like corn bugles. They look like bugles, corn bugles.
But like a hot barbecue bugle.
Yeah, but they're gold and they're really, really long, and she's got them on 2 fingers. What a fucking weirdo.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So Alexia goes, yeah, he said I would give her papers if she could read. So you heard that comment then, right, Julia? And Adriana goes, cause it was dark and we're over 50, so the vision's not the same. She goes, no. Because no, that was not the place or the time. And the point you walked in and, oh, hi, Kiki, hi. Okay, but anyways, all I heard was, I don't know how to read. And the fact that I've been spreading rumors that he's a married man. And Adriana goes, you did. You did, though. You spread the rumors. You did. You did. You did.
Like, how was I spreading a rumor? Like, telling you? Like, by telling you? How was that spreading a rumor? By telling you? It's like literally a definition of spreading a rumor. You had information that you talked to someone else about.
Yeah, and she goes, oh my God, oh, I did. What is this? What does that mean? I spread a rumor. So then Adriana goes, you should apologize for the slander. And Alexia's like, me apologize? Never gonna happen. For what? It's never gonna happen. Slander. Kiki. And then Kiki's like, doing the sign of the cross. She's like, oh my God, why is it every time I walk in, this is happening? You know?
He's like, I should have gone to Burger King. So Adriana's like, now it's like I'm talking to a bully now. So then now Lisa arrives. And
everybody's just yelling and squawking at each other. It's just like...
and Alexia's like, well, first of all, like, okay, I don't say I'm sorry for what I did. I'm like, not sorry for it. Because by the way, I know he's not married. I found out that afterwards. So she says that as does she realize she's arguing against herself?
Made the point. Yeah.
She's like, by the way, and I found out afterwards he's not married. I don't know if you know that, but he's not married because I found out afterwards you have to go all the way down, and we did it.
Yeah, so there. So Adriana's like, what? And she goes, yeah, it turns out you have to go all the way down, and we didn't do it. So then we did it, and now we know. And then so... and Adriana goes, you didn't scroll down enough? Oh, my God.
It's just the way that Alexia holds on to it, like, without any sort of apologetic tone of like, oh, my bad. It's like, oh no, guess what? You're saying this thing, but guess what? I unearthed a deep secret. And so now
I'm wrong. So what do you think about that, bitch? So Adriana's like, it was not nice to be accused of dating a married man because he's not married. It was not nice for you to accuse him of being married when he's not. And it was not nice of you to go digging through his records when it was none of your business. And then Alexia's just shaking her head no. Like, no. And Nicole's like, guys, you need to stop because we're like a group of friends, but we can all agree that intent is what matters. Because like what was done wasn't great, but the intent wasn't bad, and intent matters. And Adriana says, I agree. Yeah, and that's our problem, Larsa. I was like, oh my God,
there we
go.
She's like, I would like to air my grievances. Also, isn't this the thing that we've been hearing? Like, isn't Nicole saying the exact opposite of what we've been hearing for the past few years of like how we should be approaching things of impact over intention? That like you can intend to do the nicest thing, but like what was your actual impact? And then Nicole's like, no, intention over impact. Intention over impact, guys. So so now she's like, and Larsa, I think like honestly that's what our problem is, because like you made a statement in public with like people that we don't know, and like you have zero evidence to support this malicious statement. It's salacious, which is different than malicious, but it sounds like malicious, and it's slanderous. And your intent by that statement was to embarrass me.
And Larsa goes, nah, it's like to show you, like, I don't judge you. Like, I found out you were like the biggest slut in town, and I didn't judge you for it. She goes, oh yeah? Then what was your intent? And she's like, then, let me tell you then, because I can get loud too. Look, I just got loud. Look. And she goes, she says,
hey,
I never
Preston,
personally...
Is it weird? What's weirder? For a mom of grown kids to get loud, or for a mom of little kids to get loud?
Or for the girlfriend of Michael Jordan's son to get loud, which is the weirdest.
So, yeah, Nicole's like, I didn't personally attack you, Larsa. And Larsa's like, but you personally attacked me. I told you a rumor I heard. She has a DM. I heard people. I have DMs. I have DMs. I have DMs. I have DMs.
Mm-hmm. And Nicole's like, DMs don't mean whatever. And so now the lawyers come in. Okay, and they're all screaming at each other. All you hear is a ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. So Larsa's like, I'm not showing you anything then. And she goes, okay, well, show me then, because you don't have fucking shit in your DMs. And so Adriana dings the glasses and she goes, we have guests in the house, behave. And Kiki goes, if I was the lawyer in this group of bitches, I would say, harder in my court, or I'm taking all these bitches to jail. Can he do that?
Kiki's like very scared of lawyers now, thinking that they're just going to send her to jail.
I fucking love her. And it makes me wonder if they cut out a lot of Kiki diary room stuff last year, because Kiki really shines in the diary room.
Kiki is wonderful.
Yeah.
So Alexia's like, oh, well, this is Jamie Altman and this is Michael Altman, and they do family law, and like they're here to bring some peace. So let's try to break them as best we can. Okay, everyone, start. So Julia's like,
can I ask a question? Yeah, sorry, I had to scroll down. So Julia's like, yes, can I ask a question?
Oh, do you scroll down? Congratulations.
I know. I learned it from the show, So like it doesn't end in the middle. I was like, bye everybody. Thank you for listening to, Watch What Crappens. But
I know. I thought only like 5 things happened on this episode. But you know what? If you scroll, there's like more.
So Julia's like, can I ask a question? If this Don't Say Gay bill pass, how difficult is it for a gay couple to adopt a child? And he's like, as far as I'm aware, there's no problem whatsoever, because no one said they're gay. Guess the law's working.
But what about goat? Is the goat gay? Perhaps. Well, unfortunately, we cannot do that.
So
Larsa's like, Julia, are we adopting? And Alexia goes like, oh, well, you're feeling empty nest, right? Like girls left, you're feeling empty nest, Like that's why you get big dog, And like Dinah Manoff and Christy McNichol move in with you. You're feeling empty nest, huh? I get it.
Yeah. And Julia's like, well, it was just so crazy at lunch, just fighting. I don't want to share something so happy and positive right now. I'm like, then why'd you bring it up? So then Adriana's like, okay, can I ask one now? Because even though I was just vindicated, I want to say it again because I planned on shoving these papers in her face. So can you tell me if this divorce is indeed filed? And she does shove it right in their face. And Alexia's like, I already said it was.
I scrolled, okay? This is a very important man. He was in Tootsie. Alexia, this is not Sidney Pollack. This is your lawyer.
Adriana is just determined to have this moment with the lawyer. So he's like, yeah. She goes, right, I told you, right.
and he says, the judge signed off on this on December 19th, 2019. And everyone applauds. Everyone claps. Everyone's like, whoa, settled. Nothing else can go wrong.
Except for Alexia. She's still pissed. And she goes, oh, yeah? Well, he's still a disrespectful asshole, just so you know.
So Adriana's like upset that Alexia can't even muster an apology. So then Nicole's like, okay, well, since we're like airing personal grievances to you, judge lawyer, I want to ask a question about defamation of character, specifically how it relates to professionals who are having slanderous comments that are salacious, potentially malicious. And then about them in a professional setting, by the way. And apparently a professional setting includes going to the opening of a pocketbook store.
And Alexia tells us, you're married to an attorney, bro. Are you trying to start a fight? You're trying to make this about you. And so she goes, you know what? You have the wrong kind of attorney. And Nicole goes, you didn't go to law school, so you should stop talking. And she goes, no, you're not that smart. You're not that smart. Listen, ask your husband about defamation of character then.
You have the wrong field, bro. So
funny.
Michael's like, well,
so Frankie, meanwhile, comes out of his room, right? And he's just standing on the stairs watching them scream at each other. And then he just starts making the talking motion with his hand and looking around at the crew. And he goes, they're so loud.
So then Michael's like, okay, ladies, maybe we need a timeout. And Marisol's like, well, she's paying for his time. That's a dumbass question. Why would you ask that question when he's on the clock? And Nicole goes, oh, I am sorry, sir. How much money do you charge for an hour? Like as if he's like a prostitute or something like that, So he's just like laughing because he's awkward. He doesn't want to talk about finances on TV.
Yeah, and Alexia goes, well, it's like $500 or $700 an hour, and I'm not going to waste it with stupidity. So Nicole runs for her purse, and she grabs the card out of it, and they're like, sit down, Nicole. And she like throws the card at the lawyer, and she's like, there. And Alexia goes, oh my God, sit down. And Marisol's like, oh my God, talk about a novella moment. I was in a novella moment. No, Rogelio, no, por favor. Slow motion. Nicole grabbing that credit card, tossing it in slow motion. Can you still hear me through this thing? Yes, football helmets are open on the front, Marisol. With that fervor as if she was going to get an Olympic gold. That's a Nestle Crunch bar, Marisol. Well, just go with me.
I just like that Nicole gave this lawyer her credit card as if like the lawyer's carrying around a square reader or something like that.
So funny. Like no one even cares about pretending to respect. And she goes, answer the question. I'm happy to pay you for your time. And Nicole's like, what are they mad that I'm offered to paying? Is it the fact that I have a black Amex? Are you mad that I have a black Amex and you don't?
Yeah, it's a black Amex. It's not an Amex. It's an Amex. So Larsa's like, well, lawyer, like your honor lawyer, if you hear a rumor and you say it while you talk to someone, is that defamation? And if you're holding a mirror when that happens because someone gave you a mirror, is that defamation too? And so he's like, ordinarily not.
Ordinarily not. Did you hear that? Ordinarily not.
Yeah,
ordinarily not. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? He said ordinarily not like.
Yeah, well, defamation is a whole different ballgame entirely, and it depends. Ballgame? Oh, is that like basketball game? Because I'm dating Michael Jordanson. Yeah, no. It depends on this type of statement that was made, and if it's slander, we don't do this. It's different practice than us.
Yeah, and Marisol just claps her hands and stands, and she goes, the other night at your party, right? You said she needs to prove it or apologize, Nicole, right? And I got a DM a while ago, and so Adriana's like, oh my God, of course Marisol has to prove. Everyone knows you spread gossip, Marisol. Even the Pope knows.
The Pope's like, God, that wino? I stopped talking to her years ago. So Nicole's like, Larsa could have like DM'd you under like a fake account. Please, this means like nothing.
Yeah. And so Larsa's like, but I wouldn't, my friend. Unlike you, I have a business and a lot going on. And then Nicole just starts cracking up with Adriana. And they're like, oh my God, please. It's like you're talking to someone like with an actual career, you know?
Yeah.
And so Nicole's like, yeah, Larsa's there bored sending DMs. Por favor. She goes, I wasn't there. It was a rumor like. She goes, oh yeah, Nicole slept with every doctor at the hospital. That's a rumor. She goes, okay, whatever, Nicole. Whatever.
And Adriana starts banging a table to quiet everyone down. It's like it's bedlam. And Nicole's like,
so
you know what? I should play a little violin. You know what? I'm gonna play it for you.
Whatever, Nicole. Whatever. Por favor. And the guy's like, okay, guys, let's get back on track. And Adriana goes, user will now show evidence. Exhibit A. And so Marisol hands the phone to Nicole, and Nicole reads it. I have heard from friends with work that Nicole slept with a resident while she was married, which is why she was separated. Because you can't be married and separated at the same time. And Marisol goes, yeah, and the point was we knew that and no one judged you for it.
So Nicole, and we didn't judge you for the fact that your miniature violin went dunka 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 instead of like a proper miniature violin.
Well, that's not fair because you have an actual violin.
Oh, well, she's violent. That's what she's saying right now. She said she's violent. So Nicole's mad that Marisol was sitting on this DM for months and didn't bring it up, and that she was keeping it in her back pocket to use against her. So now Nicole's mad about that. And then she basically says, guys, we were together for 12 years and we separated. And during our time of separation, I had a real relationship with goat. No, not with a goat. We were both
I'm sorry, I ask. It's against law.
Don't say good. I forgot law.
This lawyer will put you in prison. Be careful. Oh, thank you, Kiki. So Nicole's like, yeah, I mean, it happens, you know, we were two consenting adults living our best lives. Like, why is it that you guys get to turn this into something scandalous? I feel like every time I'm with you, I need to be read my Miranda rights. Like, seriously, I feel like anything I say or do can be held against me in this group of friends. And when are we going to stop listening to Marisol, guys? She's drunk half the time. She's not an accurate source.
Yeah. So
you asked for proof. That wasn't proof. And Larsa, your comment was you have slept with everyone in the hospital. So where did that come from? Whatever, bro. Whatever, dude. Whatever, like
this
whatever,
is
like
embarrassing.
like
this
whatever.
This is so embarrassing.
Whatever.
Everyone, shut the fuck up. Okay, otherwise I'm gonna spill green juice in all your faces. Okay.
Stop bugging the lawyer. I actually need advice.
All right, I have a question for the lawyer. Okay, Your Majesty, General Lawyer, Postmate, Governor. Just a general question about my friend Shmisa and her friend Jenny. What would happen if the wife and the husband didn't want the new person who has entered the chat around their children? So he's like, oh, well, you want to keep the kids out of the relationship as much as possible. And we always tell our clients, use discretion. Don't go somewhere when you know your spouse is going to be there with someone else. And Lisa's looking away.
They all start laughing because
Yeah,
Lisa's
like,
totly done that already.
I definitely did not go to a club during F1 when all my friends said, don't go out during F1 because Lenny's going to be out.
And the lawyer's like, because Sally could find herself in a bad situation. She goes, yeah, but what about Harry? What about what he's doing? And he goes, well, Harry's not using discretion, obviously. And Marisol goes, oh my God, actually, I have a friend named Sally, too. I want to ask about Sally. They show Lisa's face, but it's all blurred out. And
Lisa's face. It says Sally.
It's Marisol's friend Lisa, Sally. And so Marisol's like, well, my friend Sally has lots of beautiful jewelry and handbags. I'm worried that Harry is going to take them away from her and give them to Slutface. And the lawyer's like, well, you know, you need to go through and inventory everything. And Larsa's like, yeah, inventory, because can I ask you a question? Because I've heard of situations where a guy wants to buy a home for the ex and put it in a trust. But does that mean the guy will buy a nicer house purchase if he knows it's going to go into a kid's trust for children instead of adults?
And how old does the kid have to be before the trust actually comes through to him? Can he be 32 or something So then the lady lawyer is like, yeah, well, sometimes, yes, we do find that with clients. Yes, that's that does help a bit. And Alexia says, oh, so would you advise women to be more open to that idea? Being more open to, hint, hint, Lisa, take the house while you're being offered the house. Hint, hint, Lisa.
And she's like, well, it depends. Will it limit the wife's ability to live there? If she has someone else with her? And Nicole's like, right, he doesn't want to pay for you to live with Bob. And Marisol's like, but to leave the domestic homestead. And the guy is like, well, first of all, she doesn't have to leave unless there's a violence or an injunction or unless the other party goes for exclusive use, something like that. But the problem is that the prenup, it actually states in the prenup, and I know this from the Bravo docket, that if they get divorced for whatever reason, no matter whose fault it is,
Bob's fault.
She needs to leave the house within, I think it's 10 days. I mean, it's crazy. I can't believe she ever signed that. But the other argument is that they didn't have kids at that time. So none of this really accounted for the kids. So who knows how it's going to work out in the end. But that is why he's trying to get her out. He's like, listen, it's in the prenup. You signed it. Get the fuck out. Right?
Mm.
So Lisa's like, I mean, it takes such a long time. And I could stay there until all this is solved. Right? And he's like, well, yeah. And she's like, but this could all take so long. And
he's like, are we still doing the Sally Harry thing, or are we finally dropping that?
He goes, you might not even get a trial date till next year. And she's like, yeah, without a trial date, both people could just have to be in the same house. Oh, God.
And Marisol's like, listen, everything's going to be great. You have amazing friends with a lot of power and connections outside of Nicole. And you have the best therapist. Okay, we've all been there in a own different way. And then Nicole tries to give this spin like, yeah, because like that's what this is about. Because for the past 30 minutes, we haven't argued. We've rallied support for you, Lisa. We spent 30 minutes not arguing for you. I mean, that's magic.
Oh, so now are you going to apologize to me for calling me a liar, Alexia? She goes, I'm not apologizing. And Lisa's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm leaving.
That's yeah. Julia's like, I need to change my bandage for when I was bitten by chicken goat.
Okay, so that's the end of the party. It just, that scene was complete fucking crazy town, and I loved that.
It was amazing.
So now we go over to Lisa's, and Lisa is, the kids are fighting, and she's trying to get them to stop, and Elle wants a toy, and of course it's another fucking gun of Logan's. I mean, the kid has a fucking entire weapons cache over there. Yeah. So they're fighting over the gun, and Elle's in the wrong, so she gets sent to a timeout. But meanwhile, Lisa's trying to talk to the mother-in-law, Marina, and Lenny's coming home now. And so she just stands casually by the couch watching him through the glass door, walking in and just pretending she's not watching him. But she totally is. And he just walks right by her.
Yeah, he just like walks in the house and walks directly upstairs. And Lisa says, like, ever since Lenny served divorce papers, Lenny has not been sleeping in the house. He'll come after work. He'll do a workout and then do like a flashback to 2 seconds ago of watch. But now it's like Lenny walking through the foyer, but now it's black and white in slow motion, like dun, dun, dun. So she goes upstairs and she's talking about how the kids are acting out because her daughter, like, she winds up whacking Lisa on the cheek with like this green toy or whatever. And so Lisa's saying how like the kids are picking up on it. Like the older kid is asking questions. The younger kid doesn't know what's going on, but she's picking up on anxiety. So she is basically saying things are going bad. So she goes upstairs to Lenny and she asks Lenny about like if he brought home checks from the office, and he's just like a huge dick about it.
Yeah, he's like, what checks? And she says for the nanny, and he's like, you told me that after I left the office. And she goes, well, I'm mic'd right now. They're filming, so just so you know. I mean, what, are you going to give me a hello? Because now the camera, he's like, look, I have cash I can give you, Lisa. And then he just looks at the camera as it comes in the room. And she goes, what? What? And he goes, yeah, I don't want to really be on film right now, Lisa, okay? But if you tell me there's a nanny downstairs, I have enough to pay her if we need to. And the camera's backed out, but we can still hear them on mics.
Yeah, and she's like, why wouldn't you say hi to me? He goes, I don't want to say hi to you. I don't want to talk to you. I have nothing to say to you. She goes, you got to be rude like that? You got to be mean? He goes, I got nothing to say to you. She's like, you're being so cold. This is a relationship you want to have? He's like, please leave.
Oh, God. And he goes, no, this is a relationship you want to have. She goes, oh, yeah, what kind of relationship is that? And he goes, you won't cooperate. Who's advising you? Okay, the whole point is me trying to give you more than what you're entitled to, Lisa. When someone does that, you don't fight with them. You try to be more accommodating. And she's like, I don't understand the disrespect. I'm the mother of your children. And he goes, after our conversation today, no. If you want the court to tell you everything, fine, they can tell you. And she's like, but you're trying to tell me to leave the house immediately. And he's like, I know you're not going to leave voluntarily. And so
he's like, he says, I know you're going to have to be told to leave. And I already know that. And the difference is that now I would be trying to prepare someplace so that you can have a place to go when that happens. Do you get that? Do you get that? Do you understand it or not? So she's like, and she just like walks out and leaves the room. So that's where the episode ends, which is that Lenny is just a piece of shit, like a big piece of shit.
Yeah, this marriage is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So that was that episode. Really fun episode until that part, but it's got to happen.
It was real.
It's got to happen sometimes. But really great episode overall. I'm so excited to do this next episode live next Thursday night here in Austin, Texas. Then the next night, Friday, is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in Dallas. Get your tickets if you're a Texan. And do not forget to go follow us on TikTok if you're a TikTok kind of gal or guy. Okay? Join us.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors.
Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Dana C. Dana Do. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch. Kristen the Piston Anderson.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Megan Berg, you can't have a burger without the Berg.
You're never alone with Lacey Monteleone.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
There ain't no problem that Sarah Salvia can't solve ya.
Christy Wowardy Dowardy.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors, the incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva. Erica, 500 Days of Summers.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Undo your fasteners, it's Aaron Kastner.
We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender.
My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
We want to hang with Liz Lang.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.